Hello guys, welcome back. Today we will install macOS Mojave onto this 2010 iMac. It has a upgraded graphics card, GTX 765M. I have flashed the video BIOS for it on it, so it's flashed for Mac. We have a boot screen and a boot switcher. You can watch the video, I'll link it in the description. It's pretty easy how to do it. And so it should be ready for Mojave. Now I have here the patcher for Mojave from DOS Dude 1. It's not going to work without it. We need to create a bootable USB using this patcher. It can also download the copy of macOS Mojave, which is really convenient. So I did that, I downloaded the latest version. So yeah, and then I created the USB and it's plugged in right there. So that's all we have to do to create this stick. And I will try and install Mojave. Let's see how it goes. So we'll reboot it and boot again from the USB. Hopefully it goes without any issues. And here is our USB. So we'll move you a little closer. The screen is really bright. Alright, so why don't we boot from this? If you're wondering, that other EFI boot, that is Windows 10 EFI version. So yeah, shouldn't interfere with it. Just the second partition. And yeah, it seems that it's booting fine from the USB, which is really good. I want to keep Windows on here, of course. So we'll have to be careful not to delete it. I don't care if the Mac partition gets deleted. That can get deleted. There's nothing important on there. But I want to keep Windows. So yeah, but for the looks of it, yes, here we go. It booted right up. So I'll stay with English for now, so you can understand some stuff. And here we are into this customized Mac installer. So here on the left we have some utilities, the ones you already know, but also the last one here is a really important one, the Mac post install tool that will create the patches and make the system bootable on the unsupported Mac. So the rest is the same as a regular Mac install. Let's click continue, agree to that, and here is our SSD. It doesn't even show the Windows partition, so that's very good. And I'll just try to install it onto this partition. Now I know from experience that sometimes the graphics card BIOS will crash, or something will crash in the graphics department and it will go black, and it needs a PRAM reset to get it back. So I hope that it doesn't first of all happen, but if it happens, that it at least finishes the Mac install. Yeah, doesn't do that before, but I'm kind of nervous because it did that on Catalina, and could definitely happen on Mojave too. But who knows? Maybe not. Hopefully not. Alright, it's almost done here, like 80%, and no issues yet. So yeah, looking good. Hopefully it continues this way. So, screen turned off, and the whole computer turned off. What the hell? But this is what I was talking about. This is what I was fearing, that the screen just turns off, and yeah, and that's it. But we will fix it with a PRAM reset, I think, easily. Let's turn it on. Let's hold down Command Alt PR to fix that problem. As you see, no screen coming up, but with the second reboot we will have it. And it's back. Oh yeah, and every time you reset the PRAM, it also resets the startup disk. So Yeah, but I'm happy to report that Windows is still here. So yeah, it's a good way to check that didn't mess with Windows. So once you boot from here, you check the second one, and you hold down Control and you click the icon. And as you see, right now it says, oh, there's a Mojave. You are not allowed to boot that in your 2010 piece of shit iMac. Get a new like Retina one for only 4,000 euros. But I'm not gonna do that. We can fix that. So what we do is we boot back into the USB. So it's a lot of rebooting and booting stuff up, but in the end, you will get it done. I promise you. We are booted back up, and let's go into here, the Mac post install, and that will apply the patches. So as you see, we have to select our model. In my case, it's the iMac 11.3, and now comes the critical part. You have to uncheck this legacy video card patch, because what this would do is it would try to get it working with the original graphics cards, which don't have metal support, so the HD 5000, HD 6000 series AMD cards. But since we have an NVIDIA card which has metal support, we don't need that that patch. So next we select here the volume, which is Macintosh SSD, and yeah, as you can see, he made patches for everything, so you will find your Mac in there. So let's uncheck that legacy video card patch. The rest should be fine. Those are all we need. And now let's patch it and hope that it boots up. All right, so we'll not click force cache rebuild. We do that if in case it doesn't work, so we do this patch again, then I'll try it with force cache reboot, but I don't know, it's doing some rebuilding anyway. Why bother with that? Alright, so now I'm really curious, once it reboots, if it boots like a normal Mac, natively supported Mac into a Mojave. It should, theoretically. Does it really do it? We'll find out. And it of course messed with the graphics card again. This is this phenomenon that I've also seen on Catalina. Every time you change stuff, it would mess up the graphics bias, which kind of sucks honestly. But yeah, so let's hold down the power button to shut it down once again and reboot it with the PRAM reset. Hopefully it corrects that issue. What should we do, guys? No other way. Keeping down Alt because we want to boot into Mac, not Windows. Yep, and Windows would be the startup disk again. Alright, but moment of truth now. Didn't have the Apple logo before. So will it work, guys? Will it work? This is the Mojave boot. It's looking good so far. Look at that. Booted right up. Not even a setup screen, nothing. So it did indeed update from the High Sierra to Mojave, which is fine, which is really good. Here's, by the way, the brightness control program that I use to set the brightness. And yeah, that booted right up. Again, not even a setup screen. You know, we run here 10.14.6 Mojave, which is very good. So guys, this is in the end what you have to do. This is how you install Mojave. It's not all that hard, and it's even simpler on a Mac which doesn't have the graphics card dilemma, I'd say. But it's not really a dilemma, you can fix it. It's just a little more work. Now lastly, I will update these patches. DOS Dude 1 always releases updates to the patches, and we have here a night shift patch, we have news OpenCL patch for the news app probably, and software update patch. So I will just try and hope that it works. And if we are back with a black screen, which could really very much be, I'll just have to do a PRAM reset again. I'll see, maybe it works now. Yeah, of course, here you are. Actually guys, I was just impatient. It just took a little while and then it came on, so no problem right now with the graphics card. Really good. I'll just do my thing when I try to set the volume. This is what would cause the black screen on Catalina. If you were to do some settings. This one seems to be all fine. We got Wi-Fi working. Let's go. Where is the sound there? Yeah, sound seems to be fine too. Even recognizes my Fire TV, which is pretty awesome. I gotta try that out in a second. I just can't believe that this works this easily. And yeah, let's shut it down and boot it up again and see if we are greeted with a black screen, because that was my deal breaker in Catalina. Maybe in Mojave they fixed that. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, it sort of works. What I mean by that is we don't see the white startup screen, but it boots up fine after that. Huh. I mean, that's a thing I can live with, actually. I'll just try one more thing, and that is holding down the Option key, the Alt key, and see if it brings up the screen, because if that is the case, then it's totally fine, that I can live with that. So let's restart that and hold down the Option key. Oh yeah, there we go. Woohoo! Yeah! So guys, no worries anymore. My worries, my troubles are gone. Mojave is gonna stay on this, and I'm sure they will fix that in Catalina. I've talked to one of the guys who develops this apparently, and or at least he's in the community, and he says that in Catalina they have issues, and we should stay with High Sierra and Mojave for now. But hey, Mojave is great too. So yeah, this is how you do it. I hope I could help you with this, and I'm happy to report that everything works on my iMac, and I can once again bring it back to its old job as a video editing rig, because I really miss Final Cut. And yeah, I don't want to let go this thing. I don't know, I just can't get rid of it. I can't bring myself to actually sell this guy, because it's been through so much with me, and I don't know, it's kind of gotten attached to me. It sounds stupid, but it really has. So yeah, I'm happy. Unsupported Mac version on this iMac runs great. Probably has no performance issues at all, since so many people have reported great things, great stories. And yeah, here you go. Hope I could help you, and I'll see you in the next video.